stream of the first episode of season 9 of The Enthusiast. Let's get into this. And in this week's episode of The Enthusiast, Marvel Phantom Comics are heading to Brazil, and so much more in this week's episode. And if you're catching us up on the live stream, the live first episode of The Enthusiast Season 9, well, thank you for watching. And if you're catching us up on the rewind of this amazing show, well, I always have to also thank you for catching up on the latest Phantom comic book news on The Enthusiast, the greatest podcast ever created on planet Earth. It's even better than Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience. But it's The Enthusiast with Brad Kelly. A really, really good podcast on YouTube, only on YouTube, on Phantom Cave Reviews. Now, with that intro done, let's get into this week's Phantom Cave Reviews. And if you hear a dog in the background barking, well, yes, it is a dog. And no, that dog probably won't stop barking unless I actually do some stuff to this YouTube video, which I will at the when I end up putting all the little YouTube shorts together. They're so good, they're so short, they're so beautiful. Beautiful shorts. Yeah, beautiful little shorts. I'm talking YouTube shorts. Okay, we're past the awkwardness at this moment. And I've got no beard, if you can clearly tell. There's no beard. How good! It's summer, folks! No beard, that only happens in the winter! Okay, this week we've got the few publications have released their first Phantom comic for 2026, and it is issue number 2013. It's not the year 2013. It's like that little year-by-year thing that they've been doing on Instagram and Facebook, where it's 2016, 10 years ago it was 2016. I know I've got no photos from 2016 because I wasn't on social media, and it's definitely not 2013 because it's 2026. Would you believe? Pointing out the obvious, Brad. That's the greatest thing about me. I always point out the obvious, and it's even obviouser when the issue number 2013 is the Goggle Eye Pirates plus a brand new sequel, and that's even. And it didn't even appear in 2013. It appeared before then as the original story. The new issue has 36 colour pages and has become a staple at the start of the year from few publications as the New Year's issue. We've been seeing this through the last probably, let's say, 6 to 7 years. No, that's not 6, 7. But we've been seeing this become a big first come staple from the new few publications, few crew, as they like to call themselves. Good old Glenn Ford, Dudley Hogarth, and Reno White. Back in 2016, it took them a couple of years to really get going. And since then, they've been putting out every single year. Well, I guess for the last 5 years. I'm not. I can't really remember if they did it the year or two before then, but they were doing color specials, 36-page color specials, the first comic book at the start of each year, obviously to celebrate the new year. Pointing out the obvious here, obvious again, Brad. Thanks for making sure I did. And the next Phantom comic that will come out is the 2026 Phantom Annual, and we'll have the cover up on the screen right now. Also, we'll have the cover for the Goggle Eye Pirates. It's a cracking cover. I gotta say, it's a cracking cover. It's an awesome looking cover. And I've already read it. I'm going to be doing a review of the comic book and the Christmas special and the annual very, very soon on the channel. And we're also going to be reviewing some Cave Studios Phantom comic books from their new series as well. They're all coming to the YouTube channel. We're also going to be having a lot of other comic book reviews, and I'm going to try and organize some more interviews as well, because we haven't seen those on the YouTube channel for quite some time. It's been a few years, and I think the last one was Bill Reinhold. Bill Reinhold? It could have been Julie Dateridge. Anyways, the Phantom Annual for 2026, the cover is supposed to feature, in the book, it's supposed to feature adventures of the Phantom and Mandrake the Magician, and it is still unclear what the cover will look like, but many people, if you've been on Facebook or Instagram lately, you would have seen some kind of cover. I'm not sure if that's the actual cover right now, because obviously the book hasn't come out, doesn't come out until on Thursday, the 22nd of January. It doesn't come out until then, unless you're a subscriber and you get them like 2 days before, 3 days before they actually reach the news agency. But the book will, as I said, come out on the 22nd of January. Pardon me. 22nd of January. Mate, you don't say it's February yet. We're not in the future. No one's going to go and build us a time machine so we can enter January already and be 2 months down in 2026. It's not January, Brad. It's not February. Come on. Wow. Hasn't this live episode gone such a great steed at the start of it? It's so good when we do these live episodes, isn't it? Like, you can't say it's February, Brad. It's January the 20th. And if you wanted to keep up with this week's show, we've got in the publishers' news, Marvel Phantom Comics are heading to Brazil. Phantom Man number 2 and 3 is coming soon, and we've got a new discussion. What I think of the new Mad Cave Studios Phantom covers and comic books as a whole. We'll be talking about those really, really soon on the channel. And before we begin today, I'm not actually going to say it. Yeah. Before we begin today, we've got to talk about the latest publishers' news. Yeah, it's all about the news right now. And Marvel Phantom Comics are heading back to Brazil and will be published by Mythos Editorial for the first time in their publishing lifestyle. They're publishing life. No, they're publishing the Marvel Phantom comics from the 1990s, and both series are also going to be published. They're going to be publishing the original Marvel Phantom comic book series. They're also going to be publishing the Phantom 2040 series that Marvel also published in the 1990s. And we have a title in Brazil for the comic books, and it is pronounced, this potentially could butcher a lot of names. I apologize but the potential to butcher these names. The title goes as a Phase Marvel Comics de O Fantasma. That wasn't too bad. That's a better pronunciation than all the other ones I've done. Wow. This 26 has started really, really well. It has, hasn't it? The paper copy, and in English it is titled The Marvel Comics Phase of the Phantom. The paper copy book will feature 244 full color pages and reprints both series from Marvel Comics, as I said, from the 1990s. The front cover is done by Neil Hansen, and the cover image was originally featured in the Phantom 2040 on issue 4 of the series. Now, both of the covers, the cover image and the stuff to do with the Marvel Phantom comics heading to Brazil, published by Mythos Editorial. All the covers and all the interior pictures will be up on your screen right now. They will I'll do, say if I'm doing a live stream, I'll do the live video and then I'll take it back afterwards and then I'll add the pictures. I can't just like say, hey, YouTube, add some pictures, because I don't have any on me. I can't just do that, or I can't just like hit a button. Some people like hit a button and a picture pops up on the screen. Yeah, we're not that advanced, unfortunately. But anyways, you can now watch my show, The Enthusiast, is everywhere, yes. It's the 9th season of The Enthusiast. How cool is that? We're 9 seasons in, it's everywhere, across the YouTube, across everywhere, all across the world. The Enthusiast, as you can't tell already, where has the passion? The passion has not left, and it doesn't waver for 9 seasons. How can I keep this up? This passion, it's down there somewhere, it comes back up, and it becomes this, what you're viewing right now on the live stream and on the live recap afterwards. New episodes this week, weekly on Tuesday. I'll be making sure that The Enthusiast comes out on Tuesdays. I will also be putting a link to the podcast in the description down below. It's always down there for easy convenience. Because at Phantom Cave, we're all about easy convenience. Convenience just makes life easier. Phantom Men are going to be releasing their first double number soon, with Phantom Men numbers 2 and 3, and the cover has been provided by Henry Johannes. I think last year or the year before, I think I may have butchered his last name, and I apologize for that, because he's been doing some really good, really great looking covers. And the cover that we'll have up on the screen right now is a curious one at that, and perfectly depicts a great scene from a comic book inside. It sort of reminds me of a movie that they made. They've made 2 of them. They made one in the 1930s, I think it was, and the movie I'm talking about is The Murder on the Orient Express. Some of the scenes from those movies, especially the newest one that came out a few years ago, it's really good. And I've recently just read and finished reading the book version of Murder on the Orient Express, and I've got to say, the book and the movie especially, it just reminds me of some of the scenes and the cover that we're seeing up on the screen right now. The cover just reminds me of what some of the scenes from the movie. And the movie, if you're living under a cave and you haven't seen the movie, or you, like me beforehand, hadn't read the book, like, it's pretty much the same thing, but it is really good. It's really good, and it's like everything else we do, and everything else, like, normal Australians don't have culture. Some of them do. I potentially have culture. I like reading, not just Phantom comics, but other books as well. Like right now, I'm looking at Peanut books. I've got probably 7 or 8 different complete Peanuts little volumes. I'm looking at practical encyclopedia of drawing. I'm looking at a complete golden years of Ginger Megs. Yeah, we've got one of those up there, found it in a garage sale, would you believe? And still has its dust jacket, which is really cool. We've also got Footright Flats, another Footright Flats with Charlie Brown. We got everything. We've got most things, and I love reading different things that are not necessarily the Phantom. The Phantom is good. It's really good, and that's why I fell in love with comic books as a whole. But sometimes you've got to broaden your surroundings a little bit, and collecting other books and other things and other characters just, it broadens your surroundings, and it gets you reading different things and not just the same thing over and over and over again, if that makes sense. Like, the Phantom is good, but there's other things out there in the world, like peanuts. Yeah, peanuts. They're very, very nutty. Good old Charles Schultz. And what I was going to say is that the cover just looks like someone is in the darkness watching someone is interesting enough in the scene version. And what I was going to say, someone else says, "What is he up to? Let go of her and move away." I am sure that's what the Phantom would be saying to the person with not nice intentions. Like, I wrote this little bit, couple of sentences, and that is what I just said. I was gonna do all these theatrical lighting effects and everything, but we're doing a live stream, and that probably takes too much. But anyways, how about we just do this? Where is he? What is he up to? Let it go! Move away! I'm sure that is what the Phantom would be saying, but not in this voice. Okay, we've now got the new discussion of what I think of the new Mad Cave Studios, the Phantom series. I nearly can't see what I'm looking at because the light just there. It's nearly blinding me. It's like I'm needing to nearly go to Specsavers. I'm too young to go to Specsavers. Are you ever too young to go to Specsavers? I wonder if that's a question worth asking. Yeah. Or are you ever too young to go to Specsavers? I don't think you are. In this week's discussion, I'm going to be talking about what I think of the new Mad Cave Studios Phantom series. Do I like it? What is my really not so really controversial comment? What do I think of it? I think this series has got off to a really good start. There are some things that I agree with, and there are some things that obviously that I'm not really going to really like. But in its whole, it's got enough to a good enough start. It's enough interest there to be reading something, and it's interesting enough to keep going on with it. And I have read the first 3 issues of the series, and at first I wasn't too sure about them showing off the Phantom's face. That was my first little, I don't know about that. But I got over that, and the Sing turned up shortly afterwards. And apart from that, I think that it has been an interesting to see where we are going to get lead from here. And issue number 2 and issue number 3 will be as good as well soon on. And I clearly think that I've read the first issue. I'm going to be reading the second and the third, and we will be Phantom Cave reviews, as I said earlier in this live stream. We'll be reviewing the first 3 issues from the series and having a look at the variant covers for the first 2 issues as well. So stay tuned. And have you been, what do you think of the new Mad Cave Studios books? Have you been reading them, or what do you think of them? Comment your suggestions and thoughts down below in the comments section down below. You know, in these long live streams, you need a really good drinks break, and this one calls for a drinks break. We got lemon lime bitters. They taste really good. Anyways, we're wrapping this one up with, and if you enjoy Phantom Cave reviews, what do you think about Mythos Editorial publishing Marvel Phantom comics in Brazil? Then subscribe to subscribe to see more great videos from Phantom Cave reviews like this, and as always, keep Phantom Caving, and you'll see me again next week on The Enthusiast in episode 2. Also, in February, we're nearly in February. Can I say that? We're nearly in February, and the Phantom's going to be celebrating his 90th anniversary. And so, 9 seasons of The Enthusiast, 90 years of The Phantom. We're going to be celebrating the Phantom's birthday in style next month, and it's going to be really, really awesome. I can't wait for it. It's going to be such a massive milestone for the character, and it's going to be even bigger when we get to the 100th anniversary. Like, he raises the bat and says, "Oh yeah, I just scored 100 runs in the cricket." Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait for it, and February and 2026 is going to be so awesome. I can't wait for this to keep moving because it's going to be so good. Anyways, stay safe. Thank you for watching our live stream. If you're watching it on the live stream or you're watching it on the replay, thank you for watching The Enthusiast season 9, episode 1, and we'll see you next time on the show. Bye.